Let me get this straight. You're nervous about collaborating with her.
Yeah.
But marrying her is no big deal. This is what we call couple talk. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. You're with me again, Aiman Azlan. This episode of Couple Talk Season 2, we have our couple, I think one of the most requested couple lah. Asyik-asyik dia orang je. Geram betul lah kali. Okay, kita akan jemput.
Kami yang request sebenarnya.
Oh ya ke? And here they are. Anwar Hadi and TAKAHARA SUIKO.
Hai, saya TAKAHARA SUIKO.
Dan saya Anwar Hadi.
Thank you very much.
Apa khabar?
Apa khabar?
Should we start drinking now?
Ni hao ma.
Awal-awal dah lawak hambar. Macam mana ni?
No, we do that often in our podcast.
Okay. Alright, cool. Now, the wajib question that I ask all the guests. How did you guys meet?
Oh, I thought it was going to be how are you?
Itu macam klise sangat. Let's do the other cliche.
Okay, so I'll tell the story first.
Yeah, you tell the story.
A friend of mine, I was studying in Australia, and a friend of mine shared one of her songs on Facebook, and and I clicked play on that song and really liked that song.
What year was this?
This was 2011.
11.
Oh, the year you started vlogging.
No,
Right.
no.
He started at 2009, I think.
That's the year I started vlogging.
I started.
Sorry.
I started. No. I just started in December 2010. Yes.
Okay. At the end of it, all right.
In YouTube.
And then 2011, your friend.
By the near the end of 2011, I saw a video of hers on Facebook. Really liked that song and continued to look for more songs from her. Continued to fall in love with the songs, and I became a fan. And I started tweeting about her music, and she responded. And we continued the conversation into the direct messages, and then we went on Skype, and then we exchanged WhatsApp contact details, and we continue to be on WhatsApp terms till today lah.
But that's his version.
That's my
Do you have a
version.
different version?
Yeah.
I think my version is about the same, tapi the difference would be he did YouTube videos and his EU video. I think everyone knows that.
Yeah, I know that video. That was the first video of his that I watched. You do realize that I vlogged the same year, like the big.
Yeah, but you didn't make the EU video.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You met basically quote unquote we say online.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Were you like active on social media then?
I was.
Were you? Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah. I mean, half of the viewers here are asking, who is this person? The other half have already exited the video.
Who is this TAKAHARA SUIKO?
So you're into music. You're into music as well.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't know that part of you, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, I thought that you were like the video guy, the English teacher guy, and a rugby guy, ex-rugby guy, right?
Yeah.
But then I noticed that you are into music as well. I saw your Instagram posts and everything.
Yeah, I continue to be a fan of music to this day, especially local music. I make an effort to keep up to date about local music and find out as much as I can about local music. I've been very fortunate to have been invited by my brother to join his band to play in Pasca Sini since 2008, 2017 was it?
I think 17.
Still new.
Yeah, 2017. Up until that point, I was very much a spectator, very much a fan of most Malaysian music.
But also, when I asked, macam, awak, do you want to collaborate with me? He said no.
Wait.
Well, when was this?
Okay.
After marriage ke
After
before marriage
marriage.
ke apa?
After and before.
Even after marriage, you don't want to collaborate
He
with
doesn't
your
want
wife.
to
The way I got to talk to her was I asked her, the first thing I asked from her was to collaborate with her. The first
That's
thing
a cover song.
The first thing we did together
we have
was
two very different stories now.
the first thing we did together, past the point of saying hi to each other, was let's make a video together.
A music video.
Yeah, a cover video. We did Divino,
An
an
Italian
song.
The
in
music
Australia.
brings you together. Like you have this
Yes.
very, very deep interest in one thing, and that's bringing you together.
Yeah.
Is
Sort of.
that like one of the big factors why you both say yes to each other? Ke macam mana?
It's part of it. I think music was the first thing that attracted me to her because I saw macam, whoa, this is a level of genius that I had never seen from any Malaysian artist until that point. And I continue to be awed by her music and her writing to this day. Jadi macam for me to even bring up the idea of collaborating with her is a very tough thing for me to do because I think she's over here and I'm way, you know, underground over there and you know, not even on anybody's radar.
Let me get this straight. You're nervous about collaborating with her.
Yeah.
But marrying her is no big deal. Really?
To me, marriage meant I get to hang out with this person a lot more.
Okay.
And
Hang out instead of like working seriously on a project.
yeah, so I get to hang out with her and not talk about music because when we talk about music, I feel very inferior.
Now, it's great that you mentioned that you feel inferior about your wife. A lot of guys, they are not comfortable like saying that out loud. Inferior to my wife. And some might say, be a man lah, you can't be inferior to your wife. So do you think that there's a problem if you feel inferior as a man, as a husband, to your wife? Is there a problem with that?
For me, I'm very open about it. Every time I feel that feeling of feeling like I'm not very good or I feel like you're much better at something than I am.
Yeah.
I try to be very open about that, and I try to communicate that with her every time I feel that, especially if I feel it overwhelmingly. I do have a tendency to keep stuff to myself, but that's not how it works. Yeah. If I want it to work,
if you pay attention, you will learn that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You can't keep things to yourself.
Exactly.
You cannot.
But would you say that I've been working towards being more open about that?
As a woman, do you think that's a good, refreshing thing for a man to do?
It's not refreshing, it's just something human. It's something that I would expect of a friend, you know? I want a friend who is more open with me. You know? Emotionally open with me. And if he's not that person, then what's the point of marrying him, you know? And thank God he is that person.
Interesting.
And he doesn't mind me being very open also. Sometimes, you know, because of that openness, we do get into, you know, arguments and whatnot. My friend and I talked about this. It's like we both have different systems and we're just trying to get the gears aligned. So that friction, that friction is a argument. So after like the argument, and then we fix the gear and then okay, we have a new system. Like you know, some parts of ourselves are like getting more aligned with each other.
Do you, like Anwar Hadi, feel that there are certain things about Anwar that you find like, you know, he's better at something than you ke?
He's like, I noticed it like probably like last year. He start things that no one has done before. Macam mana? Contohnya kan, like podcast. He started podcast when no one was doing podcast. He was like one of the first few who started a YouTube channel because he feel like he wants more Malaysians to do that. So it's like, instead of waiting for those people to make YouTube videos, why don't I make YouTube videos? And then he started like I remember he started like
My bad. I'm sorry.
He started
I have legs.
Music. He reviewed music, local albums. I think this was before Tapau TV did the Uncle review.
Sounds nothing like.
Sounds nothing like.
There are like 2 episodes.
Yes, and then he started like reviewing books on his YouTube channel, which no one has done that before. So he does all these things where he is sort of like pioneered all these things. Walaupun tak ada continuation, macam tak ada orang macam I want to do book reviews, you know. But he did all that, and macam he persisted with that.
Yeah, bro.
And
you inspired lots of people, man.
There are some things that macam, you know, like he has like New Year resolution and like he would, you know, he doesn't follow through with some. But what the things that he start, I think I'm like, man, I really don't have the confidence to. Why would I start a podcast? Why would I start a book club? And then he started yang apa kisah tu.
Yeah.
That's a lot of effort, man.
Apa kisah was a brilliant idea, bro.
Yeah.
In total, how many years now?
We were married in December 2015. So it'll be
3.
16, 17,
3
18.
plus years.
3 plus.
Because I'm seeing like you have very eccentric personality, both of you. Like over the 3 years, right? tell me about the fights.
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
May I?
Like what are the kind of things that you disagree on, and how do you like manage to overcome those stuff?
I think early on in the relationship, the arguments are definitely fueled by emotions, especially from my end. And
Wow.
I don't like it.
Self-confession,
but it happens.
mashallah.
Yeah, I have to confess that I start the fight most of the time because macam I have systems in life. Contohnya lah kan, macam like I have a way of folding laundry, not the Marie Kondo way. So macam like there's a specific way of like folding, like doing house chores, and then like if he doesn't do it, I'm like macam.
The little things.
Yeah, so that macam sort of like sometimes it piles up. And I macam, so I admit
The laundry piles up.
The laundry.
laundry piles up. So I admit like sometimes I start the arguments. And like early on in the relationship, it wasn't really about laundry lah. It was more to like getting the systems together. Adapting. Yes, adapting
like
to
your way of life and his way of life.
Yes, trying to adapt to each
somehow
other.
Have to be matched. Not matched lah. I mean,
We have to
blend.
come to a compromise lah.
And understanding and accepting each other. So during those arguments, macam I remember there was a time when you were emotional also, and then like towards like the end of the argument, I started taking out my emotion. Macam tiba-tiba it's like a switch. Mula-mula macam emotion, blah, blah, blah. And then tiba macam take out the switch, and then I started being rational. I was like, why are we fighting? Blah, 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 blah. Even if sometimes he
so you started analyzing the situation. Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Why are we here?
Why are we here in this situation right now?
It was a switch.
So you discuss like problem solving, like what causes this spark of fire that
Tapi it took like macam like a significant amount of arguing first lah. Then towards the end dia baru macam it was like immediately terus ada that switch. But nowadays he has that switch and I don't have it. And so it takes me like a long time to like be rational. I don't know why. Probably because like we live together now. Because like the first year of our relationship, he was in Penang and I was in
PJJ.
PJJ.
First. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, nowadays we don't fight much anymore. Probably like once a month every time I'm hormonal.
Yeah, we have to schedule it though.
Yeah.
So it's like once a month just to reset everything.
Okay, it's time.
Macam, can you do the 14th? Oh, cannot. We have DOPStv punya thing.
Exactly. Do the 15th.
So 15th.
We fight on the 15th.
After Valentine's
Yeah. Selepas kerja. Dinner dulu. I pick you up. We go to dinner in Subang.
After that?
And then right
we
before
argue.
dinner.
We argue.
Then we
I feel I have to drink.
That's a good one. That one I cannot top up.
Okay. You can't out-humber this guy,
Cannot. I've tried for 4 years, Aiman.
Does that bother you though?
It doesn't. I think
The humbleness of your husband.
sometimes like macam he's like back to back, especially when there's someone else. Contohnya
yeah,
macam
the timing lah.
contohnya macam that's a third person kan.
In fights pun, I do it.
Yes.
Bro.
That's not
Yeah.
cool. I was like, why?
And I need to macam I have it in my brain, and then all I want to do is put it
Let
out.
it out.
It's wired in him.
Yeah.
So all
Yeah,
the
I
time,
know.
anytime.
All I want to do, but now
I think you have the comedian reflex lah. That during
And
fights,
failing.
you're thinking of jokes.
But
This is a
bad-
reflex.
bad
They
one.
By
don't
the
think
way,
about it.
Bad one.
It's a
A,
reflex.
that's amazing. B, please don't.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
Jadi macam it took me macam some learning lah. Macam this doesn't help. Macam as much as I would like to think that jokes are for laughter and creating happiness, it
Not the
doesn't.
time,
It doesn't
not
help.
the place.
It doesn't help in this context. Jadi keep it there. Bila dah habis dah fight, duduk sat, and then you know what I was thinking masa kita dah bergaduh tadi.
Yeah.
And then-
so we also schedule the
jokes.
the jokes. Yeah.
Wow, you guys.
I wish jokes came on schedule, man.
But has it worked negatively like in this relationship though when his humbleness like
It's it gets annoying lah. Of course, like trying to adapt to his humbleness, but then I realized that I cannot fight this. Might as well join him. So I started to learn how to how to do comebacks as well. I'm doing my best. I'm getting faster now at it. I'm getting better now. Am I getting better?
Yeah. Yes.
if you can't fight the wave, ride it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. On my side, macam it does get frustrating when Like when I offer a joke, right? The most positive response that I could get is laughter.
Yes.
And to me the opposite of that is somebody saying no. If and she did that for a while. She said whenever I would offer a thing, no. You know, and
this is like in the beginning of the relationship.
especially in the beginning, and that was frustrating to me because you don't need to tambah. You don't need to apa-apa pun. You just either laugh or say you don't understand. That's okay.
That's interesting because obviously you can't change who you're married to.
Yeah.
Like when all is said and done, like you can't change him. So there are certain things that you have to just accept and probably join, like you do.
Yeah.
But are there things that okay, you can accept but you try to negotiate? Like,
Sorry.
okay, for her to you, your humbleness, she tolerated. She joined you.
Yeah.
So it makes this like a game.
It's not tolerance. It's acceptance.
Oh, we're trying to accept lah.
Cool. Acceptance.
Yeah. For me, talking
Probably ada.
about negotiating and trying to come to terms with something that maybe you're not the biggest fan of and stuff like that. Especially in the beginning of the relationship with my wife. She is a musician.
Yes.
She's a, you know, for all intents and purposes, full-time musician. You know, kutuk.
Okay.
And musician punya hours are very tak menentu. And they're not typical, they're not standard.
I get it, yeah.
They don't live 9 to 5. Most weekends, that's when they work. Nights is when they work.
That's when the gigs come in.
Yeah. And the people that she surrounds herself with, those are the people that she gets to work with. You know? And that's how it is. And for me, macam as a person who wasn't, you know, I didn't have a million girlfriends growing up.
Yeah, you had one.
Only 999.
Only 999. Not 1,000.
Okay.
Tak sampai. But yeah, so macam in music, it's a lot of men. And
unfortunately, a lot of men.
Yeah.
That's true. Is it true?
It is.
Yeah,
especially behind the scenes ones.
Yes.
Really?
Especially behind the scenes. Right? And so I was very jealous.
A bit uneasy lah.
Yeah, very uneasy, very jealous. Especially macam she was around people who were a million times more talented than me. And I always macam, she's going to see all these other talented people and then she's going to fall for them and then she's going to leave me, and I became really, really insecure about that.
Yeah, I understand.
It took, you know, a lot of fights that were instigated by me and out of my own insecurity in the beginning stages was because of that, because I couldn't accept the fact that this was going to be her life now, and this is the path that she's going down, and I have to be comfortable with that. And I wasn't for a long time, for about a year I wasn't.
That's honest.
Yeah, and it took me a while to tell her that as well. But once I did, once I started, you know, probing myself and asking questions about myself, I was better able to accept the circumstances and accept, you know, why I'm in this relationship, why I choose to be with her. I'm not choosing to be with her to keep her all to myself. You know, I'm here to help support her be the best person that she can be.
That's true.
And you know, the best person that she can be is not determined by me. She has to decide that for herself.
Man, the brownie points. Oh my god.
And
He deserves a sip.
And I have to trust her when she says this is what she wants.
Trust.
And
that's true.
This is what she wants, and this is how she's going to go about and get it, because she has the best opinion about that. Because she is the one who knows.
She's in it.
Yeah, she's in it. Yeah. She's in herself. She's around, you know, whatever she is, and she's in the best position to make those kinds of decisions. I am not. So I have to trust, I have to listen, and I have to support.
Kaka, before you said you had something that you want to share that about Anwar, maybe something. Tadi you kata macam ada.
What? I forgot already.
About this particular situation.
Okay.
Right? We're talking about, okay, there are certain things that it's hard for you to accept.
Jealousy came to me when he
Same problem, like jealousy.
Tapi macam I got that like later in the relationship because he stopped being a teacher and then he start like doing a lot of things. So he was doing music, theatre and apa lagi satu?
Stand up, yeah? Stand up.
Yes, improv. Tapi yang theatre tu lah, because theatre is like he's like in close proximity with other macam actors and there are like great female actors out there that he works with. And then even like I went to his theatre and I saw macam, weh, theaternya Minani bestnya. You know, and then I do feel that jealousy macam like they work with each other like almost every night. You know, macam reading scripts and you know like it depends on the character juga. Like, so the character like let's say he's a husband and she's a wife, so they have to be they have to have that chemistry. So like I'm macam I know that is his dream. So it's like it takes me a long time. I think I'm still trying to cope with it, but I've slowly let go of that macam ugly emotion.
That's super interesting.
Because I want him to be the best actor that he can be. So in order for him to be the best, he needs to do all that. But and I trust him when he say that he has macam he won't be carrying the chemistry outside the perimeter.
He knows the limits.
Yeah, he knows the limits. So let's say whenever like the camera is on or whenever he's on stage, that is the apa? The region where that chemistry exists. I trust him with that. But macam of course lah, because you know it's like when it comes to music, it's more like I work with those people technically though. With him, he works with emotions.
Yes.
So macam like that will happen to that has happened to a lot of Hollywood actors. You know, even local actors.
It spills out.
Yeah, it spills
outside
out
of the work.
But if he trusts himself that he can, you know, he has that switch to macam know when it is work and when it is personal, then I have to trust him also. Yeah, it's still
interesting that you both mentioned pretty much the same problem. Like because both of you are in the show business.
Showbiz.
Yes, showbiz. Obviously, you're gonna be involved with other people and everything. And interesting that both of you mentioned the same problem. Now, moving forward to social media, both of you are very, very popular on social media. Lots of followers. Are there limitations, like things that you don't share on social media, things that we don't see on social media? Because, like, for some people out there, you guys are #relationship goal.
To the best of our ability, we do not talk about our relationship problems online.
Yeah, because what's the point of talking about it to people that won't help you solve it
and who aren't involved in the relationship?
Who are not involved in the relationship?
Yeah, the problem
They're
is
not part of the whole thing. So why involve them?
Exactly. The problem is between
us,
me and her. So how does reaching out to anyone except me and her help?
If I were to play a devil's advocate here, let's say this situation happens. All right. Kita kata okay, A and B, married couple, right?
Okay.
But then A has fights with B, but doesn't know how to say to B, but then this feeling is building up. I have to tell it to somebody, somewhere, let it out. And then you have social media. Why don't I put it here?
To me, it's not about business, but it's about how to solve the problem.
Yeah.
So macam media social doesn't help solving the problem. What helps solving the problem is talking.
But it just like give you that temporary comfort. I let it out.
Tapi tu I think it's because we got used to being honest with each other about the smallest things that bother us. And so macam
that's how you guys started.
It doesn't pile up.
I see.
Those there are some people who does that on social media because they let
things pile up.
And I don't blame them. Those things happen. There are macam, you have different ways of communicating with your partner. But communication is, as cliche as it sounds, communication is key.
Like for people who are married, but then they are used to keep things piled up, like keep things inside. How do they start? Like, because they're used to it. They're used to like just telling social media, tak puas hati lah, my wife put gula extra, apa-apa je lah. How do they start breaking that pattern?
Like how my friend, there's a Kak Lina dengan Ruvi, hi. how they argue is they akan profess their love for each other first. Macam okay, I love you, fight. Like macam tu.
Really?
So macam, do you have a basis understanding that you love each other, but we're gonna discuss this, you know, in the form of an argument, something like that lah.
So they have managed to create this system.
Yes. So once they declare their love for each other, dia bukan macam setiap kali diorang declare their love, they fight lah. But like before a fight, they would say macam,
there's an understanding.
yes, macam okay, throughout
We're
the
about to fight.
We're about to fight. I love you. Here are my concerns. Dia cakap macam tu. So like throughout the entire argument, what you have in mind is this person still loves you and you still love that person. But these are the things that is bothering, you know, that person or this person. And I think fights escalate, especially when you feel like, does this person love me still? Is this
After
person
the fight or during the fight?
During the fight lah. Macam dia ni sayang aku ke tak? Asal dia macam gaduh-gaduh macam ni kan? Padahal like sayang tau. But you sort of have to like tell it to each other even during the fight. Macam I love you but this is bothering me, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think you can start there lah. But it sounds like macam terus shoot up. For people who haven't tried those things, I think if you know, I guess say slowly, like say please, or say, you know, like how you would with a stranger or with your friend.
Because this is among the common, what's the word? Complaint? Yeah, common complaints that I get, especially from women lah. I mean, maybe you can give the guy perspective on this.
Yeah.
Where as the wife, she said, I already talked to my husband, but he didn't listen, so nothing changed. But that's it.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Yeah, it's more common than you think.
Tu. I think it's important to know that in the relationship, like how we do it is...
Because you guys are having this very healthy communication going on, like two-way communication going on. Like you're honest with each other.
I think because we take this relationship as friendship. I'm his best friend, he is my best friend. So how would you treat your best friend?
Good.
Like when you treat, macam when you call someone your husband,
yes,
you feel like, most people would feel like this person has to respond a certain responsibility for me, and I as a wife has a certain responsibility for him. So that responsibility is actually sort of like a wall that acts as a wall when you fight. But when you're best friend, macam you don't have that wall. You're just like you be silly with your best friend. Even you perli your best friend also, your best friend like macam engkau, and then perli balik, and then macam they're okay. Yeah, so macam that is how, at least from my understanding.
So you see the other as the best friend.
Yeah.
You have something? You see, like, you look like you have something.
Yeah, definitely what was on my mind throughout this conversation sebenarnya was what I need to keep reminding myself, macam, is this how I treat my friend? And a lot of times I lose sight of that. And I think what Taka was talking about, expectations. Not only do we have expectations of ourselves and how we want to conduct ourselves, but we also have expectations of the other person. Macam this
Naturally,
person, this person is my wife, therefore they should be doing this. Padahal we don't have those same expectations, or we do, but to a much lesser extent to our friends. And the friendship feels like so much less pressure, you know, and it's a lot more of a comfortable situation when it's a friendship. Because a lot of pressure is alleviated. You know, I'm not trying to live up to whatever I think a husband is, or society keeps telling me how a husband is. I'm just trying to be a friend. I have had a lot of experience having friends, and I have had a lot of experience being a friend. I have only one experience being a husband, and this is it. So
you're still learning it.
Yeah. So you're pulling the things that you've learned as a friend and applying it to this relationship, and you know,
that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah. So because of that experience being a friend, you're better able to you know, keep this relationship going along healthily.
How do you reconcile like okay, friendship between that and this idea that okay, man is the leader of the house and women should be loyal to the man, and this kind of rhetoric that's happening around?
We don't have that. I'm very, very fortunate that I have him as a husband and also as a friend, because he doesn't impose those things on me. He doesn't impose the, like I grew up, people or slash the society telling me macam, you're going to get married, you're going to have kids, you're going to take care of your kids, you're going to cook at home, you're going to do chores, whatever. He doesn't impose all those things on me. Even like when it comes to permission, macam, awak, I'm going to go to, let's say, just going to drive to Genting for no reason. Awak, can I go to Genting? He does not like me asking for his permission. Because you just do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think the only time I scold her is when she asked me permission.
Yes.
Why are you asking me permission?
He was actually like legit like macam bengang tau. Legit bengang when I asked him.
Cheesed off by her asking me permission.
Interesting.
Because I'm not your boss.
Interesting perspective there.
Why are you asking me permission?
You're not my boss, but that is what expected of a husband.
Exactly.
I think that's a courtesy move. Yeah, I think that's
that is a courtesy move.
Yeah, but to me it communicates this subversive kind of macam courtesy would be awak, I'm going here, just letting you know, and that's what I like. And she more and more she does that, and I like it. But in the beginning especially, she would ask, legit ask permission, can I? Macam the power for her freedom is in my hands. Macam aku ni,
I get it. I understand that perspective. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
Interesting dynamic there. Really. Loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it. So now you if I may summarize what you just said. So you take friendship as the base.
Yes.
Because that's what you're used to. You have these years and years of experience having friends and being friends.
Also because we were friends first.
Yeah, and then now you try to insert husband and wife roles now into the whole friendship thing.
It's hard for us to maneuver the husband and wife roles because we're not entirely sure what they mean.
Yeah.
So
still learning. Yeah.
So macam instead of having these macam husband and wife roles floating around, these concepts floating around, I think we just try to figure out what works for us. What works? Me as an Anwar, how do I help? And she as a Taka, how does she help? And we're both just trying to help. Or that's where we want to get to lah. That's to us, or at least in my opinion, I think that's healthy. Us both just helping each other.
Because if this relationship takes you to a better place, individually and together, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For a lot of your die-hard friends, kipas susah mati itu,
don't die.
They are watching you right now, listening to you right now. Do you have any?
That is funny.
Do you have any? Do you have any words of wisdom that you want to leave them with regards to that relationship? What have you learned in the past 3 years that you can pass on to them?
I don't know. In terms of a lot of what we've talked about today has been what we've learned, and for us, or at least for me, I really try to see my role as wanting to help her achieve what she wants to achieve, and go where she wants to go,
and vice versa.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
And my main struggle ialah macam how do I get out of her way and how do I help? Because sometimes I do get in her way by being petty, by being being insecure, and
that's
etc.
me.
Huh?
That's me.
That's both of you, as far as I know.
That's me?
That's mean. That is mean. Okay.
No, I really macam dah habis dah at the end.
Okay. What about you, Taka? What have you learned being with Anwar for like 3 years now?
I think what I learned is, and you have to expect that your partner will change over the years. You cannot expect the person that you started with to remain the same for the rest of their lives. Because that means like zero growth.
Yeah.
So you have to prepare yourself, because you will also change even in the relationship, because you will grow, like in your workplace, in your life you will grow. So you have to expect the growth to happen in the relationship as well. So brace yourself for change, and don't see it as a bad thing. See it as a, if you're worried about it, then ask the person, hey, what I see you're a bit different lately. Macam, I know what has been happening to you. Lately.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Not on social media, but to each other.
But to each other, yes, to each other. Not even to your family members. Like
great advice.
Each other.
Great advice.
Not your best friend, unless your husband is your best friend. To each other. So yeah, expect change and prepare yourself for change. If you're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much, Takahara Suiko and Anwar Hadi. That's it for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Until next time, Takahara Suiko and Anwar Hadi, and me, I am Azlan. Bye.